Hey YouTube, my name's Amar. Sitting behind me is my girlfriend's 2000 Jeep Wrangler 4-liter with the automatic, and today I'm going to show you all how to go and replace the frame nutserts for the skid plate mounting bolts. In this particular case, I think there's only like 3 bolts holding everything together right now. The nutserts have been rusted out, so I'm going to show you how to drill them out, install the new nutserts, replace the transmission mount too as well, and tidy everything up. Let's get to it.
As you can see, this is a Midwest car. I am in Chicago, so this is rusty. I mean, I'm just gonna pretend I didn't see that. But as you can see, so this is one bolt here. Nutsert goes into the frame. You got 2, 3, and same thing on the other side. This side's not as bad. I guess they're all holding here somewhat. The other side not so pretty. This gap should be a little bit tighter here, but anyway, that's obviously not holding very well. All right, so now I'm on the passenger side of the Jeep. Got the one here, it's holding. This one, oh, okay, it's not even there, cool. This one you can see is completely shot. You can kind of see, I can push it up some. So we're gonna go and replace all these. And then the other thing too, this is the transmission bolts up to that. Skid plate acts as a sort of a tying member between the two sides of the frame. And then you have your transmission mount as well. This one's freaking shot, as you can tell. So we're gonna go ahead and replace that as well. So one thing to keep in mind, like I mentioned before, the skid plate is a functional, fundamental cross member that ties the two sides of the car together and supports the transmission and transfer case. So you can't go and start impacting everything off, you're gonna have a bad day. So one thing to do from the get-go is grab a jack stand, support the back end of that transfer case, make sure it's supported, it's not gonna go anywhere, and then get another jack. I have to use a bottle jack because my idiot friend gave me his hydraulic jack, but he didn't give me the actual doot-doot, so can't use that. When you use the bottle jack, put that underneath the skid plate. Gonna go ahead and undo the transmission mounting bolts. There's 4 of those. That'll disconnect the transmission and transfer case from that skid plate. Then you can go ahead and zip everything off. The skid plate is heavy. It's 50 pounds, maybe more, I'm not sure. So you do want to support it or have a buddy help you out. But when you're ready to do that, undo all the bolts. This one's only got 5, but there should be 6. And then slowly bring it down and you're gonna be ready to go. Let's do this. All right, everyone, now that this is securely supported, I'm gonna go ahead and undo the 4 transmission mounting bolts, and then I'll go ahead and start zipping off these. Keep seeing that thing I don't wanna see. Zip off these remaining skid plate bolts. So you can see the 4 bolts there. Tool of the day is this, whoops, DeWalt Impacto gun that I got from my friend. All right, next step. Let's get these skid plate bolts out. I should mention the transmission mount bolts are 13 mils. The skid plate bolts are big old 21s. So just make sure you got that kind of equipment. Yeah, well, that's a sign of what I was dealing with. I mean, like, what the hell? You know what, I'm gonna get a jack real quick. Just keep this side supported while I knock out the other side. Be right back. Okay, now that that's supported on this side, I'm gonna go ahead and undo this last one. And let's move over to the other side.
Why you got a heater on?
Because I'm recording a video. That'll be my girlfriend, everyone. So, I mean, there was nothing in holding this in. And here's this last one. She'll be heavy, so just make sure you're supported.
now if my handy girlfriend would help me out here.
Where's your camera? Oh.
Pull the jack out. Make sure it's heavy. It's really heavy, just so you know.
I'm not
Make sure
prepared for this.
You can have your head underneath. Back on it. Now she's coming down. And on top of the light is fine. That's fine. Okay. Alright. Well, that went pretty smoothly. So here's the transmission mount we're going to be replacing. Alright everyone, I'm doing the transmission transfer case mount right now. These are 15. If you'd want to. I swear on YouTube. This is just broken entirely. Here's your fancy new one. I'm sure we'll get a lot more vibration and whatnot with this, but worth it. Torque specs are tight. Get a lot of purchase on that side. I'll go and retorque everything later. I'll provide all the torque specs for everything in the comments.
First step in getting this rig kind of back on the road is drilling out the existing nutserts. So to do that, got my Ryobi drill driver here, and this is going to be a 5/8 drill bit. Now you make sure you have a drill that accepts up to a 1/2 inch shank.
Alright, so I'm not going to be able to get a great video here, but it's basically look that you're going in straight and level, and give it the beans. Alright, well, I can't do this recording. I'll be back in a sec.
Alright, so that was drilled out. I can't really get this out. It just rusted on there, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. That's the new, whatchamacallem, just going in there, and let's hope for the best. Alright everyone, so I'm ready to go ahead and start doing this first nutsert. Let me show you exactly how this all goes together, this tool that I got. And I'm gonna link the tool, it came from Black Magic Brakes. There's a great tutorial on how to use this tool, and obviously where to go ahead and purchase it. All in, the nutserts and this tool will cost me 70 bucks, so it's pretty worth it, assuming you have even a more intact frame than I do. So basically it's this bolt with a nut. Spins like so. Put this washer on, then you have a bearing. One side is tapered, one is not. So go ahead and put the tapered side towards the washer, and you get your nutsert. And go ahead and spin this baby on. And this just goes up like so. And you're gonna effectively, what you do is, what side is the one that I need right now? Let's find out. I think it's a 7/8. Oh, that's too big. This is the wrong wrench. Oopsie daisy. So here it is right here. Ratcheting wrench that you're going to use to turn that nut. And I don't have another one, but I'm going to use this big guy right here. You hold the top one steady. Keep it in place. Counter hold it. And this you're just going to tighten down until you feel resistance. At some point it's going to get real tight. You're not going to really be able to go anymore. At that point you're done.
So watch that video that I'm going to link. It's going to be tremendously helpful. Let's go ahead and see how this plays out. All right, everyone, it took me a little bit of effort to get it going. I also was able to chisel off what was left of that old insert. And just to show you how easy it is, I mean, it's pretty tight already at this point, but I'm bracing myself, but check it out. That should be pretty good. Should be one good whack to break it loose. There we go. Howdy doody. Nice clean threads. That'll be there for the rest of its life, I guess. On to the others.